What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Just wanted to have a random live stream to spread a little positivity, y'all. I mean, we know what's coming up tomorrow, and I'm just going to make it clear from the get-go, from the jump here, we are not going to be talking about that tonight. We are just going to talk some good old geeky stuff, some movies, what's coming up, what's coming out. My boy Jordan, thanks for showing up, my guy. Thank you so much, man. Like I said, just a random live stream tonight. Just wanted to go ahead and go live and just chit chat, catch up. Thank you guys so much for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, it's been a little while since I've done a live stream, not with Steph. I've just been so busy that I haven't had the opportunity to actually have like a live discussion. So it's nice to just jump on YouTube, jump on the mic and talk about some stuff, guys, because it's been so long, so long. You guys let me know what you've been up to, though. How's everybody's holiday holiday weekend with Halloween just coming up? How did everybody, how was that holiday weekend? It was a little rough over here. I didn't have any internet on Halloween, so there's that, but luckily I got a new Ethernet box, so things are going good, guys, but man, I just wanted to do just a random live stream tonight. I figured there's too much negative going on. Let's talk some positive. Let's talk some geeky stuff. Let's talk about some Spider-Man, man, some Mandalorian, some PS5s. Let's talk some good stuff, y'all, because while tomorrow's happening, we got some good stuff coming up too, y'all. Now, let's definitely focus on the good and talk the positive. What up, Cliff? Good to see you, brother. I'm glad you're going through Lovecraft Country, man. It's fun seeing your reactions, bro, because it is quite a good show, my man. There are a couple episodes here and there that kind of lost me a little, but the series as a whole and this season as a whole, crossing my fingers for season 2, has been fantastic so far, and I won't ruin a thing for you. Rick's Reviews, what's going on, man? Mando really blew me away. Amen, bro. And I guess we could just start off with The Mandalorian. Really liked this episode. What an episode, y'all. What I like about this episode is, some of the episodes, I felt like with some of the episodes, the fan service was only to just cater to us, to kind of pull us in. This was very tastefully done. They actually had a ton of ode to the original trilogy. Jon Favreau really makes it feel like the original trilogy. He makes it feel like the OG trilogy, y'all. I'm like, man, I am totally in that feeling. And he crosses it with that Western, that Western feel we got from season 1. And he continues to imbue the show with that theme. And I love it. I love that we get to travel across the galaxy. I kind of wanted him to go somewhere other than Tatooine, but I knew why he was going there. And I don't want to drop any spoilers, but if you have seen the episode, you will know what happens in the end, who we saw in the end, and what that means for the season. But I mean, just such a great episode. Shot well. The music's great. The plot was a little thin. It didn't really have much to do with Baby Yoda and the overarching theme. But what I really like about these episodes is a lot of them are so self-contained. You've got a lot of episodes that just capture what's going on right there. We see Mando and Baby Yoda doing their thing. I like that. Give me an adventure. Star Wars has always been about an overarching plot with the Skywalkers and the Force and things like that. Take me outside of that. Take me around the galaxy. Give me an exploration of Star Wars, the universe. Not just the Skywalkers, not just Tatooine, give me an exploration, and that first season did it for me. Now, there were some repetitive locations, but it was nice to get to travel around the galaxy and just to see more. It felt so awesome. And I just love The Mandalorian for that, and I'm going to be back every week, guys, so y'all let me know what you think about The Mandalorian. I definitely had to cover that. I had to stay up till 1 a.m. just to watch that episode. I was like, I am too hyped to go to sleep right now. We got to watch us some Mandalorian. Oh man, but let me know in the comments, guys, what'd you think of this episode of The Mandalorian? It was a fantastic episode, in my opinion. The crate dragon at first was a little so-so, I thought. I was kind of like, it was a little underwhelming. The whole skull and bodies that we see in the previous films. And I know we got to see one in Knights of the Old Republic, and this didn't look anything like it. So I was just like, man. Have you watched all of Clone Wars and Rebels? I've seen all of Clone Wars and just started Rebels. Yes, I have seen all of Clone Wars and I've seen most of Rebels. So I was seeing some people posting clips and I was like, dude, I must have missed some episodes because I don't remember any of this stuff. So there's some kind of meat in the middle that I'm probably going to go back and just run through. But I have seen most of the major arcs and plot points for Rebels. And man, I love Ezra Bridger as a character. I'm hoping they bring him back possibly in The Mandalorian. Like, I think this can be a good, if done right, can be a good place to bring characters from the Clone Wars and Rebel lore and bring them into live action. Like, Ahsoka Tano, I know when that was announced, I was going nuts. Like, who doesn't want to see a live action Ahsoka? So I'm hoping maybe we can even squeeze in Ezra Bridger. We can even, maybe Darth Maul again. I mean, he's crawling pretty much everywhere around the universe. So let's be real. You could throw him in there too. But, I mean, I don't want to make it too much about the Force because that is one thing I really admire about The Mandalorian is that there's not this heavy reliance on the Skywalkers, the Force, the Kenobis, things like that. They've only been mentioned, and what I really like is we get the perspective of the people on the ground. You know, we throughout all of Star Wars, we know the Force as a viewer. We know the Force, we know the lore, we know the Skywalkers, the Chosen One, the Kenobis, Darth Vader, Darth Maul, all the Sith. But what I like is that we get a ground perspective of the people in the Star Wars universe and how they view the Force. You know, they're like, oh, the witchcrafts, the stuff that in the legends. I really like that because then it just gives us a perspective of what these other characters are thinking. Because that's always been my thought is like, all right, well, if you're not in that kind of circle of Jedi and Sith, what the heck do you think is going on? So it's nice to explore that as well. My man, what's going on, Jaren? Good to see you, brother. Guys, if you haven't checked him out, go check out my boy Jaren Talks Movies. His channel is awesome. I mean, he's got great reviews. And not only that, he's got a wonderful channel design and he's got great editing skills and great graphics. Guys, I definitely suggest you check out his channel. And Jaren, congratulations, my man. I seen you made it in the Georgia Film Critics Association. Proud of you, my man. Congratulations. Keep that grind going and keep the hustle flowing, my man. So congratulations on that, bro. Favorite movie you've watched recently? Minari, actually. I've been covering the Denver Film Festival and I loved that movie. That might be my favorite movie of this year, man. It's such a small story and such a sad and at the same time a story that brings you a little bit more into the reality of what that community faced and just things like it really brings up a lot of topics like immigration and gives you a close look at how, you know, Koreans immigrated here a generation ago and kind of looks at the last generation a lot. And I really like that. And it felt so natural for Steven Yeun to play a role like that. And he talked in an interview after the movie and the way he talked about his experiences and how much he could relate to this, like made me love the movie even more. Cause it's like, okay, you come from this background, you know this, you can put yourself in this movie physically and you can feel that. It is just so good, man. Like I loved the cinematography. The shots were so beautiful. The color palette too was really strong. Greens and yellows are very bright and strong and crisp. And then they had some amazing scores. Like the score was fantastic. These beautiful pianos that just really match the family vibe. And you get to follow 3 different generations of Korean Americans all at once. And I love seeing it through that lens. It's a fantastic movie, top to bottom. I had a hard time actually figuring out what it was or like what was wrong. My bad. I had a hard time figuring out what was wrong with it. And I couldn't really figure out, like, there's not much I know that's wrong, to be honest. Like, I loved it. Loved it, man. So I definitely recommend you guys check it out. Minari, I don't know when it's coming out, but I know that it is in the festival circuit right now. Hey, no problem, brother, man. Thank you for coming and supporting the streams, the content, man. I've been seeing you, bro. You've been hustling, my man. I'm proud of you. I got to check out Minari. A24 rarely fails, and that definitely, man, it rarely fails. I mean, the last A24 movies I've seen, I've just been blown the hell away. Each and every one, man. The last one I didn't like was mid-90s, and it's not that I didn't really like mid-90s, it's just I kind of was like, okay, this is there. It's not that I didn't like it, it just was like, it didn't really serve much in my opinion. But hey, I'm hoping other people enjoyed it. I just didn't find myself jumping out of my seat for that one. But other than that, can't really think of too many other A24 films. Them and Neon just been crushing it. Do you think we'll get a release date for WandaVision soon? Man, I am hoping so. Like, I thought it was going to be November, but it doesn't sound like it. Now it sounds like December. So I'm kind of just like, all right, when are we going to get it, man? Like, can we get our release date already, y'all? Like, we already got the release for Soul coming out in December. It would just be a nice double whammy to get two things, Soul and WandaVision. Give us two. Sorry for the COVID delay, everybody. This is Disney here. We're going to give you both WandaVision and Soul in December. That would be perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, and the Lego Star Wars stuff. I know there was a trailer I dropped for that today. Man, so much stuff. Like, it just seems like on the hour, there is more and more updates in this world all the time. That's why I think I like it so much, because it's just so consistent and just always churning out updates all the time. But y'all, I know you guys are up to speed, I'm sure, about what the Spider-Man stuff. Sony came out and said, like, hey guys, that's just a rumor right now. I think they're fronting, y'all. Look, it seems to me like that rumor made it way too far down the mill for them to randomly come out and be like, no, the rumor's not confirmed. Maybe there's not as big of an appearance as we think, but even if there's a cameo, maybe even a mention of those other Spider-Men, I'll be happy. Like, look, to be honest, I want this to be Holland's movie. If the other Spider-Men are going to appear, I'm down. Don't get me wrong. But I want this to be Spider-Man Holland, Tom Holland's movie. Like this, to me, the first one, Homecoming, felt a little heavy on the Iron Man. 2, Far From Home, felt a little heavy on Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. This, to me, needs to be cold cut straight to Holland's Spider-Man. And listen, I understand that Spider-Man has a rogues gallery similar to Batman in that his villains make them damn movies. The first one, Will Dafoe, Doc Ock in the second one, Alfred Molina. Like, yo, we've had some amazing villains in the Spider-Man universe, and I want that to keep going. But I want this next movie to really focus on Holland's Spidey. And not that I don't like Andrew Garfield's Spidey or that I don't like Tobey Maguire's Spidey. Andrew Garfield, but Tobey Maguire, I really liked his Spider-Man, but this next one, I want to see it focus on Holland. And that's why I was kind of mixed about the news with Doctor Strange, because people, they had actually reported it, THR, had reported it as him being his mentor. And I was kind of like, all right, well, Uncle Ben, Iron Man, Happy Hogan, does he need another mentor? Like, I'm cool with Strange coming in and assisting and helping, and maybe that him coming in is the catastrophe that starts the Spider-Verse, fine. But him being a mentor when Spidey's had mentor after mentor after mentors every movie, and I understand he is in high school, I get it, but I need my man to, like, be independent, you know what I mean? Like, I just need him to be that friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that we see in the animated series and we saw in the Tobey Maguire first 2 movies. Sorry, not going to mention 3, but we saw in the first 2 movies. Like, I need that independent Parker. I need that Spidey with the weight of the world on his shoulders that we saw in both the 3rd act of Homecoming and the 3rd act of Far From Home. That everything drops on his shoulders. We need to see that throughout most of the movie. Like, I want to see Holland's Spidey without a ton of Avengers interference. And I understand what Kevin Feige and Marvel are doing. I know they're threading the needle through every movie. You know, we got to get an Avengers reference in here. We got to get this character in. I understand. This is a shared universe. But I want my Spider-Man, y'all. Like, I want some independence. I want some growth. I want some him on the run, you know, with what happened at the end of Far From Home. Show him on the run. Show him running away from what, you know, his responsibilities and things like that to get away from what happened. So it would be really cool just to kind of focus this really, really heavy on Tom Holland's Spider-Man, because I feel with Electro being announced, with all these rumors of the other Spider-Man, I'm like, that takes away to me from Holland Spidey. And not, look, y'all, I love me some Spider-Man just as much as the next person. I read all 700 issues of the Amazing Spider-Man original run. I love the Amazing Spider-Man, love Spider-Man so much. But I would love to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man have this spotlight and own it. Like, I want him to have that and own that spotlight. And I feel like these rumors and stuff are just detouring away from that. And it's like, but what about Holland Spidey? What is he going to be doing? Look, fine, bring in Maguire and Garfield for cameos, whatever. But what is Holland Spider-Man going to be doing? And that's what I'm most interested to see in this movie, man. I want to see what's going on with Holland Spidey. Is he on the run? What's going on? Are we going to see a shot of Spider-Man no more? Is he going to trash the suit? Like, what are we going to get? What are we going to get? Yeah, definitely add Minari to the list, my man. Cliff, I agree. I want Holland just by himself, but I think we won't get that until he's in college. Maybe not. I mean, I would almost be cool with them making this kind of a solo on the run movie and then going Spider-Verse in the next one. Like, then that way you give Holland a little bit of a break to break in his Spidey as the Spider-Man. And then the next one, that's when he's there to assist Doctor Strange and help them. But hey, you know, look, the way I feel about it, no matter what way they go, I'm probably going to be happy. As long as Spider-Man is on screen, probably going to be happy. And no, we are not going to talk too much about the Snyder Cut, but I'm glad that HBO Max did speak up today and talked about the removal of the trailer and that it's only music rights. So, whew, quick break, back to Spider-Man. But Spider-Man, I just need my boy Holland to have that spotlight, but I'm excited. I'm excited. You guys let me know. Scale of 1 to 10, how excited for you are you for Spider-Man 3? I'm a definite 10 out of 10, y'all. Like, Spider-Man 3 is the best. Spider-Man is just the best hero, but Spider-Man 3, I'm thinking, could be the best of the MCU installments. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. But y'all let me know down in the comments. What are you thinking? Are you excited for Spider-Man? Do you think maybe not with all the stuff that's cluttering? Like, how do you feel about it? And just how do you feel about the MCU in general? Because we have run all the way through Endgame. We run all the way through Cap's trilogy. We run through all Iron Man's trilogy. Rest in peace. We love you 3000. You know, I don't want to believe that we're at a standstill here, and I believe Marvel is going to keep hitting it. But man, what if this is kind of the end of the road? I don't want to speak that negativity. We're going to keep this positive, but I hope that we continue this great grind that Marvel has been on, just chopping out good movies. Like, I really hope that that's where we're headed. Like, you know, I really want the MCU to keep on prospering, man, because I've enjoyed what I've seen, I've enjoyed what I've seen, but Tyler, I see your comment, man. What's the MCU? Yeah, it's like, dude, this is the first year in our lives for 10 years that we haven't gotten a single MCU movie. Doesn't that feel weird? Like, it feels funny, man. It's like, dude, we've had for 10 years now. 10 years. Some of my people that can relate to me in my late 20s know that since high school, you have been looking for one MCU movie every year. It's been a good long run. I think the MCU has just begun. Rick, I hope that's the truth, my man. Like, Galactus. Like, we've got some people we can look forward to. I mean, I hope that we can really reach for the stars. I mean, we got Kang the Conqueror coming in, so let's hope that Fantastic Four is great. Gosh, those previous installments. X-Men, like, I'm looking forward to the future, but I just hope it's not the end here, is what I'm saying. I just hope that the locomotive of positivity and of hype can continue to run. So I hope that the MCU can continue to do the great work that they've done, because I think that, and not speaking from a toxic standpoint, but I have thoroughly enjoyed the Marvel movies. I've really enjoyed them. I mean, hey, been in the Spider-Man since that animated series that was on Fox, X-Men the animated series, been in the Marvel and all that since then. So I'm very happy seeing these movies prosper. But I think we're going to slowly start to see them shows migrate over into the movies and vice versa. So I'm excited. Like, I think there's some really big opportunities to introduce some smaller minor characters like Moon Knight and She-Hulk. Like, I'm very excited to see them. I mean, can we get Sentry? Like, who knows at this point? The cap's off, folks. They can do whatever they want. Oh, come on, Jordan. 27 is not that old, man. You only 2 years away from it. I'm excited for the MCU's future because we're about to get Blade and hopefully some other good solo origin stories. Also, shout out to the mid-late 20s gang. What up? Shout out, Cliff. 25, my man. Yes, sir. Mid to late 20s. So you know how it is. We've been going through this for a while. And you actually made a really good point, Cliff. I really think we're going to get some solid solo stories, and maybe, I'm not saying completely rip away from the gang up movies and from the, Avengers and from the group movies, but maybe kind of detour away from having such an emphasis on that and really emphasize on these solo stories. Now, that would be pretty cool. Of course, probably not going to happen. We're going to build up to another Avengers, a young Avengers, something, but I really would love for them to focus and kind of take that direction and just go with these strong solo stories, kind of keep them self-contained, and then do a big crossover, then go back to being self-contained, because it's not that I don't like them crossing over movies and stuff, but it's a cat movie. Captain America Civil War was supposed to be a cat movie. That was an Avengers movie. Like, that. Let's be real here. It's called the Avengers movie that wasn't named an Avengers movie. That was definitely an Avengers film. The multiverse is really exciting, but could be a big risk for the MCU, I'll admit. Yeah, Rick, great point. I mean, they're risking it all. They're going for it. And you know what? I'm proud of Marvel for taking the step. I feel like they're going to have a cohesive plan to roll this out. So I'm hoping that the multiverse is just really well done. I mean, DC is definitely going to tour that route as well. So let's see where they go. I'm just leaving it in Feige's hands at this point, and the producers and directors and the people behind the MCU. I'm leaving it to them, and I hope it'll be great. Like, it sounds like it's about time, too, for us to explore some other stuff. Does anybody want Tom Cruise as Iron Man? No, I don't know about that. Gonna be 25 in May. Rick, you're coming up, man. Hitting that mid-20s, my friend. Happy almost birthday, my friend. I know that's about a good 6 months away, my bro, but happy almost birthday, man. Happy almost birthday. But the MCU, Marvel. Also, I just saw today that they're coming up on the rights for Daredevil, Marvel getting him back. So I wonder, could we save Daredevil? I mean, look, guys, the Snyder Cut worked. DC made their Snyder Cut happen. Marvel, you want to go ahead and revive Daredevil, please? Save Daredevil. Save it. Do you think the 5-year gap from Endgame could be more important than we think? Yes. I definitely think there's going to be some repercussions or something, some reason for it to be a big gap, and some things that'll have probably happened in between then. Yeah, I definitely think it'll have a major factor in the story. I'm excited to see what they roll out, man. Like, you never know. It seems like some of the Marvel movies have these crazy twists that you just never saw coming. So I really hope they just hit us over the head with a surprise. I'm kind of hoping like the snap or something caused things. I'm hoping the snap or the multiverse traveling caused things like the mutants to be in the universe or something. Like, cause I kind of want to know where we're going with the mutants, man. Like, how are we going to get them involved? Like, that's kind of what I want to know next, I would say, is like, where are we going with the mutants? How are we getting them involved? How have they been formed in the MCU? Because let's be real, the MCU is an original product at this point. Like, it's pretty much just an original universe. We might as well just dump out 616 and just say, hey, this is it. We don't know. But give us good Daredevil, my man. And Daredevil and Punisher, I did love the Punisher shows. I did really like them, though. And I will say, I loved Frank Castle and Daredevil. Like that Daredevil season 2 court scene where he's just like, no, I am the Punisher. And he's like, I did kill him. Like, I'm like, bring that energy back, man. Like, give us back Frank Castle and Matt Murdock. Like in season 4, bring them both back. Bring them back. Like, man, the best thing about Charlie Cox as Daredevil, he actually wore glasses that made him sort of blind. He went all the way to put that energy into the character, and I know he's passionate about it. He loves it. I know he loves that character and that role so much that energy is going to be so infectious once he gets back on screen again. Hopefully. Now, if he doesn't get his own show back, it'd be cool to see him show up in Spider-Man. We'll love that. What's going on, Amanda? Thanks for dropping in. Baby Yoda Con 2020. Man, send me an invite. I would love to see that. Baby Yoda, I feel like, honestly, man, if I had the money, I'd probably have a Baby Yoda hat, hoodie, jeans, all of it. give me all the Baby Yoda merch. The multiverse is exciting. I just want my mutants done right. Amen. The poor X-Men have really been tossed around because, let's be real here. I like X1 and X2. I really like X2. I think that's the best of the original trilogy. X3, things really fell apart. And then you get into those revamped kind of X-Men other universe where we go back and see, Xavier and Magneto's journey, and we get Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy. Those movies, I really liked First Class. I really liked Days of Future Past. That's actually my favorite live-action X-Men movie. Thought they did a splendid job on Days of Future Past. And then Apocalypse came out, and I was just kind of like, oh man, we're having this again where the third one just kind of topples over on the side. And then we had Dark Phoenix, which y'all feel free to let me know. Did you like Dark Phoenix? Because I've had some people that really like it. I've had some people that didn't really like it. I personally didn't really like it just due to what they did with the Phoenix Saga stuff. But I could see it not being nearly as bad as like an X3 or X-Men Origins, which we won't even talk about that. But they made such a masterpiece with Logan. I mean, such a masterpiece. That movie is a chef's kiss to the entire X-Men franchise. Like, seriously, they put some heart and soul into Logan and actually said, like, let's bring a Western vibe and feel to the character of Logan. And that was such a perfect choice, bringing in X-23. Like, what an amazing movie. Not to mention, if you guys haven't watched the noir version in black and white, oh my God, it lends to the film so much. It just gives it that awesome black and white grain feel, even though it's not grainy because it is edited to be black and white, frame by frame. But it just gives it so much more meaning to me in the black and white shade. I'd like to see Daredevil, the character and actor, return. Maybe alongside Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but I don't really want any more non-Disney Plus MCUs. They drag a bit too much in my opinion. You know, Rick, the way I felt about those shows is I felt they could have each been 8 episodes a piece, the seasons. They could have been 8 episodes. I don't really think they need to bring back Luke Cage. I don't think they need to bring back Jessica Jones, Iron Fist. We can do away with that. But I think Daredevil, bringing back that one, the flagship, at least Daredevil, I would love to get that back. But I don't know about the rest of them. I can feel you there, Rick's Reviews, because Luke Cage, really, season 1 was off to a great start with Cottonmouth. I thought, what a great balance between characters. You know, you've got this big character who's like charismatic, caring, and a little more soft-spoken, and then you've got this very maniacal, like evil guy, just full-on evil, but he's smaller, he's slimmer, you know. So I like that dual, kind of just that duality there between Luke Cage and Cottonmouth. And then when Cottonmouth was gone, I was like, oh man, you guys lost me. I kind of got lost in the shuffle after that. And then Mariah got with Shades, and I was like, dude, this is too much. I can't keep up, guys. Yeah, John Bernthal also should return to movies as Punisher. Man, that would have to make that rated R. They would have to make it rated R, man. Hey, if you bring back Frank Castle and Matt Murdock, I'm there. Doesn't matter if it's a movie, show, mini special, I don't care. It could be a Christmas special, I'm there. I want to see a good Fantastic Four movie done. Imagine having them in the MCU done correctly, which is the plan, my man. But I'm so nervous. And look, I know that the last one was the fault of Fox, pretty much. That was Fox's fault. Like, I know that the Fan 4 stick or Fantastic, right? Fantastic. They had the 4 in the logo. I was like, like that was the one that was the one with Miles Teller and with Michael B. Jordan in it. And gosh, why am I blanking? Josh Trank. I was like, why am I blanking on Trank's name? I actually saw his movie Capone earlier this year, which, man, I know you really like that. I like that too. I thought it was a good movie. But man, I know it wasn't Trank's fault. I know that had a lot. I mean, guys, Fox saw Trank's initial cut and they're like, hey, bro, this is not what we wanted, man. Like, they legit told him, like, sorry, this isn't what we wanted, and made him go back and redo it. So I heard, this is what I heard, that apparently they thought it looked like Chronicle Part 2, and they weren't satisfied with that. So I'm just like, bro, like, why? My man, what's going on, Trailer Recuts? Bro, it's good to see you, man. You are such a fantastic supporter of the content, bro. Like, thank you so much for just continuing to support, man. I love your Trailer Recuts. I saw you actually did one recently. So I gotta check that out, man. I gotta check that out. So thank you so much, man, for your continuous support. And thank you all just for being here tonight. I was a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't done a live stream solo in a while, so I was a little bit nervous, but thank you guys for coming out. If they're doing the multiverse, I think they gotta touch on the Fox universe. Many of the characters in that franchise became iconic takes on those characters. I believe Famke Janssen? I don't know if that's a typo or maybe I'm out of the loop, but I have no idea that. Oh, okay. Yeah, the girl who played in the original. Duh. She was Jean Grey in the original one. I was like, what? Why didn't I recognize that name? But, look, I know that they supposedly sent out to invite to Hugh Jackman to be a part of Doctor Strange in the multiverse. I don't know how I feel about that, man. Like, I kind of am like, I guess I would be down for it in a scenario like that, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I would like it, but like, I wouldn't be like, oh my God. Like, I think I would like it in a scenario where it's the multiverse travel and then they see them. That would be pretty damn cool. But having them in the continuity and continuing as those characters, I'm ready for something kind of fresh. And that if that means you bring back Sophie Turner's Jean Grey, because I think she did a fantastic job, I would be down for that. I would be down. How do you feel about the hush hush on Spider-Man 3 filming and WandaVision? I love it. Please keep me on the down low. I don't want any spoils. Like, look, if movies decided to drop teasers only, like 30-second teasers, that's all you get in a land far, far away. And then that's it. We just get some cuts of the movie, and then we finally see it on the day of without having seen this big trailer full of all these spoilers and things that will be deep in the movie. I would actually be down for that. So I like them being hush hush. I kind of just want them to drop maybe like one more WandaVision teaser and then just say, all right, here's the date. It's December 20th. Boom. And we're out. Wouldn't it be cool if they dropped WandaVision all at once too? That would be tight. Even though I know the MCU would do a brand new version as well. Yeah, you know, like I said, I would be super down for a multiverse traveling, but yeah, I want a new version. I want some new people. I know Hugh Jackman's not big on coming back, so without him, I kind of feel like, okay, like it's time to move on. It's time for a new crowd of people without our signature Wolverine. Where did I get me a pair of them glasses? My man, I actually found this at Art Fest. Now, I don't think these are original, though. I found them at a Cherry Creek Art Festival, but I've seen more of these, so I'm like, I don't know if that person actually did these frames or not, but I think they were just kind of reselling them, so But I was shocked to find at an arts festival like some $20 specs. I was like, oh, well, if I support art in some way, this will be it. Well, in a way that my wallet can afford. Shays was the worst. Yeah, I was like, what is going on with him and Mariah? Like, why is it so relevant? Oh, they're trying to take over the club. And like that stuff was just, and then the way that Luke Cage ended, by the way, spoiler alert. Sorry if you haven't seen it, but cover your ears now. If you haven't seen it, please cover your ears now. With Luke taking over the club, I thought that was just kind of like, dude, you were fighting against the system and now you are the system. Like, I see where that storyline is going to go wrong. Like, it's already pretty much preconceived. Luke would become a character that changes and then he would slowly descend into, being a worse version of himself. His friends would bring attention to him. But, like, it's just all a very predictable storyline. So I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of glad that folded, but I don't like that it ended right there. I think that they could have did a lot better with that one. To be Power Man and Iron Fist and to barely have them teaming up on screen together felt a little bit wrong to me. I know that they're in the second part of Luke Cage season 2. I know they teamed up there, or was it season? Yeah, they had only 2 seasons, right, for Luke Cage. Yeah, so the second half of that second season, I know they teamed up, and that was kind of cool. But I'm like, come on, man. Like, this feels so half-assed. Like, Power Man and Iron Fist, they should have been back and forth the whole time. Danny, Luke, cutting jokes together and going back and forth and just kind of, even in Luke Cage kind of gave him that, like, that handshake. Like, bro, I see you. Like, give me that Power Man, Iron Fist energy, man. Shit. We're all low-key forgetting whatever's going to happen with Deadpool. Hey, man, I mean, look, I'm down for Ryan Reynolds to continue the role, of course, like RR, great Deadpool, love the movies. I mean, I like the first, really loved that first one. The second one was good too, didn't think it was quite as good as the first, but it was still a good movie in my opinion. I thought Juggernaut looked a little bit jiggly, but he was still fun, voiced by Ryan Reynolds as well. But, I mean, I kind of, the way I feel about Deadpool, Merc with a Mouth, is like, I don't mind where they're going with that series. If they want to take it to another Deadpool movie, which I'm sure they will, or they want to do X-Force, like, I don't really mind what they do with that franchise because so far, been pretty solid in my opinion. I know some people don't like the second movie, but I really, really enjoyed it, and I think that they can bring back a third one, and I'll enjoy it as well. I do think, though, if they decided to just drop another Deadpool movie, like, say, for instance, it came out this year or the beginning of next year, it would feel like too much of that humor. Like, okay, like this is kind of too much Deadpool, but I think that it's nice that they're kind of taking a little bit of a break, assessing what to do. And Bob Iger even said that they're not going to make it rated PG-13, like they're going to keep on with the rated R. So hopefully they keep to that and they really keep their promise there, because who knows what's going on behind them closed doors. They're doing multiverse and bringing in Deadpool and the rest of the Fox universe should be pretty doable. Would love to see Deadpool and Spidey on screen together. Like, Tom Holland and Ryan Reynolds. Yes, please. Please, 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 Marvel, make that happen. Please. Nobody hates anything spoiled. Spoiled yogurt, spoiled milk, spoiled movies. Amen, bro. Spoiled eggs, spoiled fruit, anything, man. We don't like nothing spoiled, but that's why I had to give y'all a warning. Like, I'm going all the way there. They do bring back Daredevil. They got to address the snap. That would be really cool to kind of address that event and talk about it and talk about kind of some of the things that might have happened. Because, like, my initial theory, and this may or may not happen, I kind of doubt it will, but I thought the snap is what would cause the mutants to start happening. Like, I thought maybe it would affect people in some kind of way, and that's what kind of caused the X gene to start appearing and popping up. Or that it altered time or reality in some way to kind of, some people do have the X gene and those are mutants. Maybe, maybe not. Like, that was kind of my theory, but they probably won't roll with that. Like, they'll probably come through the multiverse or some way like that, which you guys let me know. How do you think they're going to introduce the mutants? Because it kind of seems like they're going the multiverse route with that. Maybe they'll bring them through the multiverse and it'll be like, oh, yeah, well, in our universe, like, mutants exist everywhere or something. I'm curious. I want to know what the plan is for the mutants and what the plan is for Fantastic Four. With King the Conqueror, sounds like they're going either Young Avengers or they're going or they're going Fantastic Four. So with introducing him, we got to get them soon. I actually didn't mind Defenders too much. It was mercifully short and sweet. And see, Defenders did the best thing that none of them did. 8 episodes. I was like, this series is exactly why each one of these don't need past 10. And honestly, none of them needed 10 either. I think, and maybe it's just me, I think some of the episodes, they kind of were just like, all right, what do we write about? For me, I felt like Daredevil, besides the 3rd season, felt consistently strong through all the episodes. And that's the only one I could say that for. Luke Cage fell apart at that second half, or the second half of the 1st season, and then on, I just didn't care. Iron Fist, that 1st season was atrocious in my opinion. Now, some people don't think it's that bad. Guys, I did not think it was good at all. I did not like the fight choreography. I did not like the guy who played Danny Rand. I just did not like it. But y'all let me know. I don't want to cause any trouble. Punisher, I thought Punisher was good. I thought Punisher was good. I didn't think it was Daredevil level. I did think it was good though, and it definitely held me down that 1st season. The 2nd season, a couple of dips here and there, and then Jessica Jones, very, very strong 1st season, very strong, and then the 2nd season did the same thing as Luke Cage and the rest of them. Without Kilgrave, I kind of thought things were starting to feel a little light to me. Like, I don't know. I was kind of like, I just didn't really like it, man. It's not that it was that bad. I'm sure some people really enjoyed it, but with the bringing the mom in and things like that, I just don't know. That Jessica Jones 2nd season is very forgettable in my opinion. Very forgettable. But you guys let me know what you thought about the Marvel Netflix shows, because it was like there was just so much back and forth there. Curious who they'll bring in to direct Deadpool 3. Yeah, me too, man. You know, speaking of directors and Marvel and also a little bit of Mandalorian, I really wish they would have had James Mangold do a couple of Mandalorian episodes when that was flying around. I was so stoked. I'm like, man, that guy did a number on Logan, so please bring him in. But yeah, that was only a hoax, so I mean, I really wish that was actually gonna happen, because I was looking forward to that, but maybe someday. Zazie Beetz and Josh Brolin are expected to return as Domino and Cable in Deadpool 3. Awesome, because I like them as a trio together. I really like I like Josh Brolin and Ryan Reynolds. Like, they have really good chemistry with that Deadpool Cable relationship. Serious and stoic, slim and funny. Like, they have the perfect little dichotomy there. So I hope they keep going. Iron Fist Season 1 and Jessica Jones 2 are at the bottom for me. Absolute bottom. Like, honestly, Tyler, I cannot even recall a single episode from either of those seasons, man. I'm like, if you ask me, hey, like, what happened in Jessica Jones Season 2? I'm like, her mom showed up. Like, other than that, I can't remember a thing. I really finished Inhumans, though it took me 3 years to get through those 8 episodes. It was so awful. Can't believe it's part of the MCU. So I actually got to check out the Inhumans in theaters. I remember they were doing the first 2 episodes. People could see it in theaters. Me and some friends were absolute hyped for that movie. And then for the first couple episodes. And then we saw that pilot, and I was like, okay, maybe we're wrong, y'all. And I'll admit, Rick, I haven't been back since. I saw those first 2 episodes, and I was just like, I don't know. And they scrapped the Inhumans movie for that. Like, I don't know. I was just not feeling that whatsoever. I thought Black Bolt was a pretty weak character. I thought Medusa's pretty bad. I mean, I did not like what I saw in those first 2 episodes, so I haven't got back. But maybe I should, just in case. Low-key, I'm working on a retrospective video for Defenders, so I'm enjoying this conversation right now. Marvel Netflix had its ups and downs, but I appreciate what they did. And yeah, Cliff, what I really liked about the Marvel Netflix is that for the most part, they kept those stories self-contained. Like, besides Daredevil season 2 with putting the Punisher in there, but they pretty much kept those stories very self-contained, and it was very much like, all right, we'll do crossovers every now and then, but it focuses on that character. And that is one quality I liked about all of the seasons, is that they very much focused on their main character. Like I said, besides Daredevil season 2 with Punisher and Frank Castle, most of them very much focused on telling the story of that character. And that's something that I think that they did very strong in those Marvel Netflix shows. Even when some of the episodes were kind of a little bit draggy, they still focused on that character, even though they dragged along a little bit. But I still like that. I like the storytelling style of just sticking to the character and give us Matt Murdock. This isn't the Avengers. This isn't the Defenders. This is Daredevil. Tell us Matt Murdock's story, and I think they did that very, very well and tight. And that's why I'm hoping they at least bring back Daredevil, but at this point, I feel like we're just dreaming. Maybe, look, I've been on the hashtag save Daredevil stuff since Daredevil ended, so maybe we'll get it back. So in the case of Inhumans, 8 episodes was still way too long because it was that bad. Jeez, man. Jeez. You get James Mangold for Indiana Jones 5. Yeah, that's true. So I get him there. I would love one episode of The Mandalorian, though. That would be perfect for him. Yes, I was one of those people that saw Inhumans in IMAX. Tyler was bad. It was bad, man. It was really, 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 really bad. I didn't pay, so I am really happy I didn't, because, man, it was bad. Oh, it was bad. Also, you guys let me know. I never checked it out. Did anybody check out that Pennyworth show? The Alfred show? Did anybody check that out? Anybody in the comments, please let me know. Did you check out Pennyworth? Because they did a screening too. I couldn't make it to that, and I never watched the show. So let me know if you've seen it. This is off topic, but what new albums have you been listening to besides Ariana? I need new music. Bro, I need some too. Please drop some recommendations, because I've kind of been all over the spectrum. Like, I've been listening to a ton of KRS-One lately. Like, I've been listening to a ton. Return of the Boom Bap, especially. Like, I've pretty much been listening to him, Rakim. I've been listening to, who else I've been listening to? Tribe Called Quest. Like, I'm all about, like, 90s, late 80s hip-hop. That's kind of my era and what I love. So I've been listening nonstop to that. But especially KRS-One lately, because I'm just like, I feel in the discussion of like top hip-hop, top rappers, he never gets mentioned. I'm like, dude, KRS-One, for MCs like that, KRS-One is a legend. And I feel like he gets so side shuffled for all these other people like Tupac and Biggie, and not to take away from them and other rappers too, but I'm like, man, KRS-One is a lyricist like that, and his voice and tone also lend to that. So I'm just like, man, people overlook him so much. So I've just been giving him a lot of listens lately. I've been on that new Big Sean album. That might be my favorite hip hop album of the year. I'm kind of just like trying to go over it, because I have a Friday morning ritual of going through the new music every Friday and listening to everybody's new albums. And I've just been like, damn, that Big Sean album is amazing, in my opinion. Now, you let me know what you thought, Cliff, but I really like that Big Sean album. I wish it charted, but of course, small hip-hop albums rarely do. Yeah, you absolutely don't need to go back. I'm just an insane OCD weirdo when it comes to keeping up to date with Marvel and DC live action content, so I try to watch like every show. Hey, man, look, I completely understand, bro. And hey, keep up with it, man. Like, you watch what you like. I admire that, because there are a couple of Marvel and DC shows that I didn't even watch, because I was just like, yeah, look, I'm good, man. I'm so good on the Inhumans. That was the one where I was just like, all that Arrowverse stuff, I have not been up to date. I went through probably in about, what was it, like 2016, I want to say 2016 or 2017. I went back, went through all the Arrow episodes, caught up, went through all the Flash episodes, Legends, all that. man, I was like, this universe is pretty bad in my opinion. Now, look, I understand that it has a fan base and it's got people that really enjoy those shows. And look, for them, I hope they keep making them, because just for you guys, maybe even as well, if you like the Arrowverse, nothing against you. Look, they have a fan base. They've got a loyal fan base that comes back every week for those new episodes. I am not one of them, so I will not be racing to the TV anytime soon. I have not made it through Supergirl. I've not caught up on any of that. I haven't even watched a single episode of Batwoman, because I have just really not liked that universe whatsoever. I liked Arrow seasons 1 through 3. And then when it got all about Felicity and all that, I was like, I'm done, guys. I'm through. Flash got through 1 through 3, and then they started singing with Supergirl in one episode. I'm done. Like, I was just like, look, I understand what this is, but I'm not feeling it. And that was just me. Look, if you like the Arrowverse, nothing against you, and I hope that they keep on pumping out episodes for you. But for me, I'm not going to catch up anytime soon. If you need new music, check out Pause for the Cause. Okay, I'll actually write that down real quick. Got a little notebook that I keep up with here. Pause for the Cause. Perfect. Thanks, Trailer Recuts. Yeah, I'll go check them out right after. Makes me really sad that the actor who played Ramsay Bolton in Game of Thrones was in Inhumans. Like, how did he go from one of the best actors in Game of Thrones to that? And wasn't he the antagonist as well? Wasn't he? Yeah, he was Maximus. So I think that he's a good character, but I was like, or a good actor, but I was like, okay, you go from villain to villain. I don't know. I wasn't. Actually, by the way, I just read in an interview that he did today that the scene that he did with Sansa Stark, the scene in Game of Thrones, I think it's towards the end of season 6 where he, rapes her. He said that was the worst scene of his entire career, and I'm like, bro, I can't even blame you. I don't know how you could even do it, because I would say, sorry, no, not happening. No. Oh, Zach, thank you, my man. Thanks, brother. Actually, guys, I'm sure you know him. I'm sure you love him. But go check out Zach Pope. My bro here has been covering Star Wars, movies, all kinds of geek content, whatever you think, man. This guy has been on it, and I discovered his channel actually when I was doing the Star Wars Clone Wars coverage, and I was like, man, this guy is really cool. And I seen that he was also uploading episodes, and I would upload my episode, and then I would immediately go watch Zach. So I'm like, all right, I got mine up. Let me go watch Zach, see what he thinks. And I've just been keeping up with his channel lately. Brother, so good to see ya. I saw that you made a milestone recently, right? Was it 2 million views? I seen that you made a milestone, and I want to say you hit 15K on the channel, man. Congratulations. Very well deserved, my friend. Definitely go check out my boy Zach Pope over on his channel. Go check him out, guys. Pause for the Cause. Can you feel it too? Awesome, bro. I'll definitely throw that on. Bro, I didn't know Big John released a new I'm Behind on Everything. Yeah, it's so hard to keep up with. But that new Big Sean album, really good. And speaking of the Ariana Grande album, I liked it. I didn't love it. I thought maybe it would be better than the last one, Thank You Next. And I was just like, it's just a little too chill, I think. And I really, really liked Seven Rings from Thank You Next. And I was kind of like, all right, I hope she comes with that kind of energy. And it was kind of like that, but thoughts on MGK's new album. Quite shocked with it. Never been a huge fan of his, but this album is great. I'll have to check it out, man, because I too have not been a huge MGK fan. And then it came for Eminem, and all that happened. I was like, man, Eminem just tore him up in Killshot. And didn't he have one more diss after that, and things just got quiet between the two of them. But I haven't really heard from MGK since then, and he's been popping up in Netflix movies. I mean, he was in Bird Box, and now he's about to be in something else, or has been in a few other things. So he's been around the map. I'll have to check it out, man, because I like you, Zach. I agree. I really haven't listened to MGK that much. Really haven't. Check out R&R Now, some of the best jazz heads of today in one album. And Cliff, what I respect about you, man, is that you have jazz recommendations, and jazz for me, it's kind of like Jazz for me, and I'm sure a lot of musicians, is you compare the MCU to an actual film like Minari, for example. Minari is jazz. The MCU is rock and pop and all that and the rest. But jazz is art. Like jazz is just so tasteful. And whenever I listen to jazz, I find myself in a mindset where I'm ready to just kind of study and break down the music. So I love me some jazz. And R&R equals now is the group. Awesome, bro. What up, Christian? Christian's gonna wreck it. I see you changing your name, man. You got some Wreck-It Ralph content coming up? What you got coming up? Speaking of Game of Thrones, myself, Alyssa, and Larry have filmed a few episodes reactions already. Man, Tyler, what do you think so far, man? What are your thoughts? I know this is your first time watching, right? It's your first time watching, so what do you think so far? By the way, go check out Tyler Calvert as well, guys. I mean, we're all critics and lovers and content creators around here and just lovers of film and geekdom. Go check out my boy Tyler Calvert here. He is the first to have reactions up. I'm like, this guy is quick. Like, what was the last one? Raya and the Dragon. Man, when that trailer dropped, I'm going to say after 5 minutes, Tyler had it up. And I was just like, holy smokes, this guy is quick. Like, you get those trailer reactions out quick, my guy. So kudos to you for just making content on the fly so quick like that. Like, that's a skill, my man. Like, you got to set up to where you could just crank them out. So that was awesome. Do you think House of the Dragon will happen? Yeah, you know, I'm a little concerned as well. I think it'll happen. I don't think it'll happen nearly as quickly as we thought. I think there's kind of like a no rush feel on that, on the production, on all of that. Like there's kind of just this no rush feeling to me. So, I mean, if it came out in 2023, I don't think people would complain. And there's still people rambling, oh, I want another season 8. It's done, man. Like, I feel like at this point, we got to just kind of hang that up and just leave that alone. Because at this point, it's over. Sorry to say it, guys, but Game of Thrones is over. Whether you like how it ended or not, it's over, unfortunately. And honestly, I'm an Arrowverse fan. It has done a lot of good, okay, and bad things, but it was holding DC down while their movies were just turmoil. Oh, my God. Justice League was... That movie, can we just all agree that movie was a mess? I'm not going to go to the length to say it was the worst movie I've ever seen. It's trash. I'm not going to do all that. But man, it was a mess. And the whole saga behind it all and what's coming out now and the controversies and the Snyder Cut. And it's just been a lot, y'all. And I'm like, I have been a comic book fan probably since I could walk. So I'm just like, let's talk about Green Lanterns. Let's talk about the next episode or next season of Doom Patrol, which, what a cliffhanger at the end of that season 2. So I'm like, can we please just kind of move the pendulum forward? Like, I kind of wish the Snyder Cut was coming out this year because I really want all that saga to just water on down and be done. Like, I'm just like, I really want... really want that stuff to be over with. Like, I'm just being honest here. I'm not saying I don't want the Snyder Cut to come out. I'm not saying I don't want to see the light of day at all. I was actually screaming when I figured out it was coming out. But man, the drama and the behind the scenes stuff, I'm just kind of, I am overwhelmed. And it seems like every day we get something new. There's somebody arguing on Twitter. I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm over it, guys. So I just hope we see Zack Snyder's Justice League. Everybody's happy and we can move on and close that chapter. Now, if they decide to make like another series off of it, cool. But let's just please let it have its own air and its own breath over there. I'd take any DCEU movie. Well, maybe not Suicide over Arrowverse any day. Okay, yeah. Besides the 2 that you listed as well, I agree with you. I would take Man of Steel. I would take the recent one, Birds of Prey. What else we got? Aquaman. The Flash hasn't come out yet. Shazam. I was like, which one am I forgetting? Shazam, Wonder Woman. Like, I really, really like those movies, especially like Wonder Woman. Really, 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 really like Birds of Prey. I think I'm in the rarity here that it was my favorite DCEU movie. That is a hot take that I don't think a lot of people share. And then I really liked Shazam. Thought that was fun. Thought that was charming. Really enjoyed that. So yeah, I like those better than I like the Arrowverse. I did like Black Lightning, but I am not caught up. I have not gone back and caught up. Game of Thrones has been good so far. The drama has been intense. Ooh, just wait. Just wait. Guys, don't be spoiling in the chat, by the way. Don't spoil. Just wait, Tyler. It gets... I'm just going to say that. It gets crazy. I just made a video about my top 10 most disappointing movies in all time, and Justice League was number 1. Dang. I can't say I blame you there just because of the hype we had and how we felt and how we were feeling about that movie. I admit, Christian, I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you whatsoever. Suicide Squad was probably the most disappointing movie ever for me. Yeah, Suicide Squad, I went back and rewatched it recently, earlier this year, and I could not wait to turn it off. I thought that was such a disappointing movie. I was actually looking forward to Jared Leto's Joker, and the one I got, didn't really like. And the Enchantress, I mean, what a mess. What a mess. That's all I can say is what a mess. I only watched The Flash out of the Arrowverse now that Arrow is over. Gonna give season 2 of Batwoman a chance with the new lead. What'd you think about season 1? Because I'm thinking about going back and watching it, maybe doing a first time watch, since that seems to be the popular thing on YouTube these days. Might do a first time watching and do like a reaction to it. I mean, I don't know. Like, that's another show and movie like Justice League where it's just like, God, the toxicity surrounding it is just so... Ugh. Now that Halloween is over, now I'm so excited for Christmas because me too, Christian's my favorite holiday too, man. I can't wait. The music, the drinks, the movies. I'm excited for all of it. I'm so excited. I just can't wait. I can't wait. Hot take, I think BVS is my favorite DCEU movie. Believe it or not, Rick's Reviews, that is not a super hot take. I have heard that a lot, especially on Twitter. There are a ton of BVS defenders. And what I find a little bit weird, and I'm not saying you're this or any of them are by any means, I'm not judging, but what I find a little bit weird is it seemed that wasn't the case after it came out. And then now that it's been a while and the Snyder Cut's about to come out, like all of a sudden I see people tiering BVS super high on their list, and I'm like, it's middle ground DC for me, so I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's the top echelon, like the top 3, but it's good. Like, I enjoyed that Ultimate Cut. Didn't really like the theatrical. Enjoyed the Ultimate Cut. Don't like Jesse Eisenberg that much, but look, I thought for what it was, pretty good movie, but I see a huge rallying cry for BVS that I didn't see before, and y'all let me know too if you're on Twitter or even on YouTube. I just kind of feel like out of nowhere suddenly everybody likes BVS, and again, Rick, I'm not saying that's you. I'm just saying it feels like once the Snyder Cut stuff happened, everybody's like, oh my god, BVS is the best DC movie ever, and I'm like, where were you guys before? Depending on the mood, my favorite DC movie is either BVS or Birds of Prey. My man. Birds of Prey is my favorite. Loved Ewan McGregor. Loved Margot Robbie getting to kind of have the screen to herself. I mean, of course, she had that great cast. And, yeah, I mean, I liked everybody who was on that movie. Journey Smollett. At the time, Smollett Bell. Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I mean, I just really liked that cast. I thought it was a great cast of people. And what I liked about it is it was just like girls kicking ass. Like it was dope. And then, like I said, Ewan McGregor as Black Mask, loved. I was like, damn, y'all had a chance to kind of keep him around, but they said, forget it. Justice League was terrible. Yeah, it did not live up to our expectations. It was bad. And there was just so much, all the drama and things that happened BTS was just a lot. Jared Leto is supposed to come back for Suicide Squad 2. Yeah, and he's going to be in the Snyder Cut, which, okay. The Snyder Cut is shaping up to be something completely new. I thought it was just the cut he originally had, and then he's chopping some stuff out. This is shaping up to be an entirely new thing. So I can't say I'm not excited, because I am excited to check it out. I love Birds of Prey, Black Lightning, Doom Patrol, Young Justice, etc. That's the beauty of this fandom. We all like so many different things. Yes, exactly. And man, I just gotta toast you to Doom Patrol and Young Justice. Two shows that have been going so strong. Doom Patrol, what I like is you can just tell there's freedom in the writer's room. You can tell they just are like, all right, well, what crazy idea can we come up with this week? Because every single episode has some crazy twist. Like, I was like, okay, I thought the donkey universe thing was something. Like, no, it just keeps going. And this season was not an exception. It was just, I think their name was the Sexmen. So good. So good. Trailer Recuts, thank you for coming out, man. Thank you so much, man, for continuing the support of the channel. I'll definitely be checking out your new trailer cut. Thank you so much for coming out, my friend. I need a sequel to Bop. I need more Huntress. Read any new indie books? No, and I actually need some indie stuff because I'm going through Moon Knight right now, the 2016 run, and it's not so bad. But I want some indie stuff. I'm super Marvel DC. I went through Birds of Prey this year, the 2003 run. Didn't pay a lot of attention to it. I've read a couple other things this year as well. I'm trying to think. Nothing super major. I went back through a couple Spider-Man issues. I need some material. Cliff. I need some stuff. So if you got some recommendations, let me know. I don't get the hype for Doom Patrol personally. Watchmen is the one DC show I think is good. It's very good. Oh my God. Watchmen was so good that I forgot it was a DC show for a bit. I mean, I was like, oh shit, this is a DC. Cause like, man, just every episode of that series blew my effing mind wide the fuck open. Like, it just, I said effing and then cussed anyway, but that shit blew my mind open so much. That episode where she is in the body of her ancestor, I have no words for how good Watchmen is. That show is bananas good, like bananas. Like, that is just, I could write a love letter right now to how much I like Watchmen. It's so good. It's so good. Like, oh my God, Regina King, amazing. Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, great. Like, oh my God. Chef's kiss. And actually, this year is the first time I caught it, and man, oh man, I missed out. I was missing out, so I'm glad I caught it this year. Harley Quinn is my favorite among the DC Universe HBO Max, but I enjoy Doom Patrol too, not so much on Titans. Harley Quinn, what a surprisingly good show. I mean, not that I didn't have any faith in what they were going to do, because DC animated properties are usually really, really well done. But man, what that Harley Quinn show, so good. As soon as it came to HBO Max, I binged through all of it. I mean, Kaylee Cuoco as Harley Quinn is great. And then you've got the rest of the cast. You've got some really good cast of characters there. I mean, it's really good. That was a really good show. And what I like about the Harley Quinn show is that it gives us a couple of characters that we really hadn't explored that much before in the DC continuum. I mean, like Clayface and King Shark, like those are Dr. Psycho, like those are characters that we really haven't explored that much. Like, and so I was really happy to see like these characters kind of get a moment, because it was like, all right, well, you know, what about them? Like, people had always been talking about Clayface being in some kind of Batman property, so I'm really glad he got to be in something. Because, man, it's just, oh, it's just so much. Oh my God, Aaron, what's going on, bro? Thanks, cuz. Thanks for that, man. You know, I'm over here trying to do the best I can. I was sick. I've been through a lot the last couple of weeks, so thank you so much, man. And thanks for dropping by, bro. Like, come on through the live streams. Heck, we probably should do one together, bro. Like, let's chop it up. Let's catch up soon, man. It's been a while, cousin. Thank you for coming in and checking me out. That's what happens when you give your property to HBO. Yeah, I mean, HBO will just do a number with it and make it amazing. Like, And going back to your comment, Tyler, I haven't watched Titans past season 1. Like I didn't hate season 1. I liked it a lot. Well, maybe not a lot. Maybe I'm going a little too far there, but I enjoyed it for what it was. And I was hoping season 2 heated up, but it sounds to me like that's not the case. I've been in zero hurry to watch season 2. What up, Christian? What up, homie? Man, Christian's the guy, guys. Check out Film Optics. That's a great podcast. And man, I'll never forget how much we got over HBO Max when it was first released, man. Such a good platform. And I need to get you back on the channel. I need to get you on this channel, bro. Like, we got to collab on something. Sorry, bro. I got sick. I mean, I know we're supposed to do The Boys and then Raised by Wolves. I just ended up getting sick. So that kind of threw a wrench in all those plans, bro. But we will get to collabing very soon here. General Kenobi. Oh man, I can't. Speaking of, that Kenobi show has been on the low. I'm excited to see some more stuff coming from that because I want some more. Once we're done with Mandalorian, we need some more Star Wars now. Have you watched The Leftovers? If you like Watchmen, then you probably love it. It kind of felt like it was testing ground for what Damon Lindelof did in Watchmen. I haven't, and see, a lot of people recommended The Leftovers for me, so I got to get on that ASAP. Isaac, what up, bro? Guys, this might be the most talented young man I've ever met for his age group. Like, my man here is only 16 years old, animates, he does drawings, an amazing drawing style, by the way, man. You've got a drawing style very similar to some of your favorite shows. And I really just like that you have your own style and you know Pixar so well. You review movies very well. Like, young man, you have impressed me beyond probably anybody ever your age, even when I was your age. So, my man, please keep up the grind. If you haven't checked him out yet, go on over to Pixar Nerd Studios. Give my man Isaac a watch, a like, a subscribe if you like the content. My man has been putting in work for a while, and man, honestly, Isaac, I thought you were like my age, bro. Like, I'll be real with you just because of the work you do. I thought you were like my age. I still haven't seen Titans, even though I am a big Teen Titans comic and TV fan. I loved Teen Titans. The original series, that original animated series that had the kind of anime influence in it. I love that show. And I just don't think they'll get close to that. Like, look, Young Justice was great. It was at that level, but I'm talking any more Titans media. I just feel like it's almost just too hard to keep up with. If I'm being honest. The Leftovers is pretty much my favorite show ever other than Game of Thrones. Damn, for real? See, you and my man Perp Minded. He really likes The Leftovers. He's been recommending that to me for a little while, and so I gotta get on it. You guys have recommended it, so I need to put that on the list. I just gotta get through some of these screeners. Oh man, got a little too much coming up. I actually just checked out Becky today with Joel McHale and Kevin James, and better than I thought. Maybe not the best movie this year, but I think that's gonna come up on my like guilty pleasure lists, and people will probably see that movie and be like, dude, what? And for me, it's gonna be a guilty pleasure. Almost a full year on YouTube. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Keep the grind going, my friend. Keep the grind going. Well, guys, this live stream went a little bit over what I thought it would be, but I'm gonna go ahead and start kind of wrapping up, y'all. If you haven't, be sure to hit that subscribe and like button. Come on back for some more content on the latest tier movies. I've got some series in the plans. Like, I've got a couple of things that I really want to do with this channel I haven't been able to do in a long time. And I've got some big plans coming up for content. I've got some more original stuff coming up that, of course, will include some movies, will include some geek stuff, but it'll be some more original content, some stuff I've been wanting to shoot for so long. And I'm just going to make time and do it. Like, I'm just going to say, you know what? Push some stuff to the side. It's time to go ahead and start filming some stuff I really wanted to film, guys. And I don't want to spoil, but you will see some new content rolling out on the channel in the next month. I've got some reviews coming up. I've been covering the Denver Film Festival lately, which has been a blast. and I've been covering some movies. I got a couple more reviews coming up. I got some things coming up. So really just thank you guys so much. With all the stress going on around, what's happening tomorrow, it has just been a stressful day, a stressful couple of weeks, and I just want to take some time, guys, and just talk some geeky stuff. Like, it feels to me like we're getting beat over the head with all this election news, and so I just wanted to have one live stream for once, just to kind of geek it up, y'all, and I don't know, I might be back. So look out for your boy. It'll be sometime after 6 o'clock. Man, thank you so much, Rick. And thanks for coming out, my man. Like, this is how these are going to be, just interacting with you guys, talking all the latest in geek, man. Like, that's what I love to do, y'all. So come on back. Thursday, I'll be with Steph for our live trailer reactions show. We do it every Thursday. We react to new trailers that come out through the week and just talk the latest in movie news. There might not be too many trailers, but then whenever I think that, there's always like 2 or 3 that pop out. So I'm sure we'll have some stuff to talk about, guys. So be sure to check that out on Thursday, coming up at 6:05 p.m. MT Mountain Time. So that is 2 hours behind Eastern, 1 hour ahead of Pacific, and then 1 hour behind Central. So that'll be 6 p.m. MT, 8 p.m. ET, 7 p.m. CT, and then 5 p.m. PT. Gosh, I can't believe I did all that. But guys, thank you so much for coming out this evening. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, tuning into this live stream. I'm going to be doing so much more, so be sure to be on the lookout, and we will see you all next time. Thank you guys so much for coming out, and